Hi, Chantal.
Rexian.
It's been a chaotic morning.
Oh, what did your kids
I
do?
know. Oh my gosh. I don't know. The kids woke up late. Elle woke up and it was a lot. But speaking of Elle, guess what I'm doing today with her?
What are you doing?
I'm getting her ears pierced.
Oh gosh.
I know. You know,
I
that's
hate those
really,
videos.
well, you know, it's like really controversial to get your kids' ears pierced, like when they're babies.
Oh, is it? Like our parents did it with us. So like and I feel like everyone does it, but
But that's because like everyone we know is like, our culture. So,
what's
like,
controversial about it? Like the fact that it hurts them or like is there something that like they think
no,
that
like
happens?
people just think like you're piercing, someone's like your kid's body and they don't have an option to say if they want it or not.
Mm.
No. Well, you guys haven't met our culture, okay? Because they don't it never mattered what we wanted or anything. But I
I
will
never thought of it that way
yeah,
actually.
some people do. I get it. I really do. I get
I know,
both
but like
sides.
if like you grew up and you're like, okay, why'd you do that to me, mom? Like I don't think anyone does that, but just don't wear earrings. Like it's not like it shows.
Yeah, you know what? I swear to God, I am so grateful that my mom did it when I was a baby. Because first off, when you're a baby, you don't feel the pain. I mean, yeah, you'll feel it, you'll forget though, right? And you'll have an earring in your ear for so long that let's say there were times where I stopped wearing earrings just because I hate jewelry, but no matter what, my hole never closed. And like if
Yeah,
you do it
it's
when you're
permanent now.
older, yeah, if you do it when you're older, and like let's say you're like, let me take it off for a couple days, it closes right away. And I went years without wearing it just because I was like I hated wearing jewelry. And no matter what, my hole always stayed open. It sounds so crazy, but it always stayed open. So, I mean, with Charlie, I did hers at 8 weeks, literally 8 weeks. And
Yeah.
if you guys saw it, they were like, she didn't even flinch. She was so good. It was amazing. Sloan, I did 12, and I don't know what Elle is right now. Is she
She's
11 weeks
probably
or
she's about
10?
to
Yeah.
hit
Yeah, she'll
no,
be
she's
2
like
months.
9 weeks only.
Yeah, she'll be 3 months on the 27th. No, I think she's 10
Oh,
weeks
okay.
now. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go do that. We're gonna go take her and we're gonna do that. So,
I just like feel so bad for them in this environment. It's like because like they scream. I mean, I'm sure it's like
but Charlie didn't. I have a video of her and she literally didn't even flinch.
you should
So,
show Charlie it now because she loves like looking
I
at like she loves
know.
seeing videos of herself when
I
she's
did
a
show her
baby.
it. Poor my second child, I, like, looked and I couldn't find a video, and I'm like, "Of
You
course."
have one. You should like look at like maybe Josh does. I think Josh did it for her.
Yeah, I know Josh did it with Charlie. I don't know if he did it with I
Oh.
brought my brother-in-law, and I was like, "Can you come with me?" And, my husband's brother, and he came, and he was, like, so distraught because he's like, "I don't want them to hurt her." So, yeah, that is what I'm doing today, so to be continued on how that goes.
Yeah, let
But,
us know, guys. When
yeah.
when you got your ears pierced. I mean, like my ass like got like was like what how old was I? Like 11 years old. I got like a second, I got a cartilage, I did all the things. And then like
Yeah, but that was, like, on your, like, choosing, like,
no,
you
no,
already
I
ordered your
know.
first one.
Like I'm
Yeah.
saying it's just like I would never even like think about it. It's like look how we want more.
I know, exactly. Yeah, you did get that. I got a second hole, and see, my second closed, so
Even a
that was
year ago I got a
disappointing.
third
Oh my
hole.
gosh,
I know. And then and on top of that I got something that goes above like my first one.
that's intense. Is your third still open?
You know what? Like, it's like, the way I got it pierced was, like, it was so small so that, like, I need to find the tiniest earring, so it's, like, it always hurts me when I
Oh.
put earrings in there, so, like, I just need to find the right type of
See,
earrings.
like, and that's what I'm saying, when you're a baby, no matter what, like, it's going to
Stay.
last, yeah, so you can choose if you don't wanna if you realize, "I don't like earrings," or, "I don't want piercings," then take it off, but it'll still be open 5 years from now when you realize you do like wearing them, and they are
Yeah.
too. So, yeah, I just had to bring that up, but we on today's episode I'm sorry, you guys, we have not had an episode since Sunday. We wanted to do Summer House, so we are going to do part 1, Summer House reunion, and part 2. And yeah, Chantal's been in Florida too, and Chantal was like
For work,
dying.
not for pleasure.
Yeah, but you went to like Harry Potter World.
Well, that's what they did for us. They it was like the
How was
Marriott.
that?
What is it?
How was it?
Oh, it was so much fun. It was so cool because, we went, you and I and like our whole family went like what in the COVID time, like
Mhm.
2021 or something. And you guys went to Disney, but like the other single people
The
without kids went to Harry Potter World. So this is my second time now, but it was at night, which was so cool and it was exclusive. So it was very cool. Like you literally went on the rides. you could go on the rides like 7 times if you wanted, but I only did it once. Like, I get, like, nauseous nowadays, but,
I don't like rides. Now that I'm older, I don't like rides at all.
yeah, it just not there still are some fun rides, but someone said, and I'm so pissed because I got a little nauseous on one of the Harry Potter rides. If you guys know, it's like the stimulator one. It's like really it's like you want to throw up. But there's this Jurassic Park opened up this new roller coaster, and everyone was like I was so pissed because like I was like, no, I don't want to go on, I don't care. Everyone the next morning at the conference, like, I'm talking about like 50-year-old men, you guys, like were raving about this ride. They're like, I love roller coasters, it's the
Wow.
best ride ever. And I was so mad that I missed out on it.
Oh,
I do
wow.
like rides, sometimes I just don't like the rides that, like, make you wanna throw up,
Yeah. Oh gosh.
but
So I
everyone
don't get
loved
it.
it.
Was it just Harry Potter World or like all of
We
Universal?
no, it wasn't just all of Universal. We got Harry Potter World, and then we got, Jurassic Park World. So, like, they do these, like, tours, they'll let you go in, different sections, but it
Did
was
you
at
eat the
night, which
food
was really
there?
cool. Well, yeah, so that, before, like, from 7 to, like, 9:30, they had, like, maybe, like, 15 stations of all the foods. It was actually crazy what they did for us.
Yeah, because like on TikTok, I don't know why my like For You page is either about this like Cody Tiana, which everyone, or I don't even know if that's her name, but this cheating scandal, or it's like what you eat at Disney World.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like I didn't realize because when I went, like I didn't eat anything at Disney World.
Yeah, like,
So
we don't yeah, I feel like we just, like, eat just to, like, get on with their day, but people go to really eat and, like, try the
yeah, I was
food.
so shook. Oh my gosh. Well, glad
Yeah, it
you're
was cool.
home.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so let's talk summer house. So I have a few points with like episode 1, but I have more with episode 2. But Chantal, we found out that West is an absolute F boy. Are you surprised?
Oh my god, yeah, and, I'm just, like I'm hoping he's getting it handed to him, right now, not, like, to the point of, like, anyone threatening him, but, I feel like he felt so
Yes.
fucking good. I shouldn't have said it like
Yeah.
that. So good because when I watched him and watched It Happens Live, he felt he was, like, the man, like, he made Summer House better, and he came in cool, like, he was humble about it, so that's why a lot of people liked him, but then, like, now I'm like, he knew, and, like, he knew what he was doing, and he knew what was gonna happen after, and I don't like that.
Well, my whole thing with him is she made it a big deal about banging him and making it clear that she's not that type of girl. So if you know that and you want to come back next summer and not be a target, say you're not ready for a relationship. Instead, he was like, she hasn't banged me yet. Like, she hasn't banged me. But then she banged you and then you did exactly what she feared you would do
Yeah.
and you said you weren't ready, and it's like you could have told me that from the beginning that you're not looking for a relationship. And what I don't get though about the whole West situation is he clearly, some men are super weak and he's one of those men. And he clearly like really liked the attention that he was getting, but apparently he was getting attention before the season even started. And I don't get that because how did like people why were like people really like into him not knowing how he was going to be? I know that they knew he was going to be on Summer House in the summer, but I mean,
Well, I'm
imagine the
sure I
attention he
know.
gets
I
now.
I think that's weird that people were like that, but like imagine like him already getting that attention before it aired, and he's gonna think like, oh my god, the attention I'm about to get after it airs
Right.
is gonna be
Yeah.
wild. So
Okay.
that's probably what helped him like provoke him to be like, oh my gosh. And,
I
like, he was, like, this, like, jobless guy going into the summer, and then he gets a job, he finds this girl, like, I'm sure his ego and his, like, confidence, like, went up, like, tenfold. So, like, it was just, like, probably, like, a world of things. He doesn't seem like he's a bad guy, but I do think, like, what he did was really messed up,
He
and
knew
he
what he was doing. Like, I don't
yeah.
even see Jesse doing that, and I feel like Ciara's out of his league anyways, so I don't even really understand his appeal. I was, like, shocked she was into him.
Ciara is, like, the hottest girl ever, so it's like, you can get whoever you want. You can go get
Yeah.
the damn Calvin Klein model. Like, you're gonna be okay, but it is
But you
messed
know
up
where
because
Ciara's at? Well, no, Ciara's at that point in her life where she's like, "I don't wanna F around. I don't care to go to the club. I don't care to go out," and she really needs to find a man that matches that energy, and Wes is, like, absolutely not that guy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And it sucks because she knows, like, what she's going for. She, like, could sniff him a mile away. She could sniff, like, this, like,
Yeah,
white F
uh-huh.
boy, so she's
Yeah.
like, she
Right.
dated one of them like that,
Yeah.
Austin, but so it's like, it sucks for her.
Let's talk the groomsman situation. So we find out that, basically they're all blaming Lindsay as to why Kyle was asked to be a flower boy. And I mean, if I was Lindsay and my husband's best friend shit on my life, I wouldn't want him in the wedding. And even Amanda said that, but she made it clear that she never told Carl to do that. And they were still trying to pin it on her.
Yeah, that's just, like, the one time Lindsay, like, what Lindsay was actually saying was, like, facts, like,
Yeah,
and then you knew, so
exactly.
you I felt bad for her in that moment
Me
because it's like,
too.
damn, like, you guys really made it seem like, he really made the narrative make it look like she is the reason why that he now has a water
Yeah.
boy and it's, whatever, but she's like, "No, I never told you that." And he felt stupid, he's like, "Well,
And
I
she kept
interpreted."
coming back with, like, facts of her, like,
Yeah.
"Nope, never said that. Nope,
Yep.
that's not how it went." And I was like, "Ooh, okay."
And he's like, "I interpreted it that way." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, are you
They're so the
joking?"
way they communicate is so annoying. I wrote this, like, somewhere in my notes, but, like, they communicate like a couple who's been to therapy,
Oh,
so they're
multiple times.
constantly like, "Well,
Yep.
but how I feel is," and I'm
Yes.
like, "This is draining. This would be the most exhausting relationship. Let loose." Like, it's very healthy to tell people how you feel, but my god, oh,
They're
like, the way
very
I took it in, I'm like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god,
they're very intentional about the way that they say
it's
things,
too
and like you
much.
you learn that probably in therapy, saying like you can't say you always do that or like
You
I hate
never
when
I
you do
never."
this,
Yeah.
like so you have to say whatever who knows what you have to say, but you could definitely tell, and they try to communicate that way. It's so funny.
Let's talk the Danielle situation, by the way. Were you gonna
Um,
say something?
no, because I think it's more pertaining to the second episode, so I'll wait because there
Okay.
was more that happened between the two.
Yeah.
There are some stories about my dad's life that I never get tired of hearing. From hilarious to heartfelt, tear jerking to plot twisting, his retelling of events always brings me joy. Just in time for Father's Day, I found the perfect gift that captures all the stories for my family forever. It's called Storyworth. Storyworth helps you preserve precious memories and stories from your dad for years to come. Here's how it works. Each week, Storyworth emails your loved one a thought provoking question that you get to help pick. Some questions we've seen include: what's the bravest thing you've ever done? And how did you meet mom? Storyworth makes the writing process a breeze. All your loved one needs to do is respond in the email with a story. Long or short, it doesn't matter. You'll be emailed a copy of your loved one's response as they're submitted over the course of the year. You'll get to enjoy the retelling of stories you already know or be surprised by stories you've never heard before. After that year of fun, Storyworth compiles your loved one's stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. With a copy that I ordered for my home, we can read my dad's stories and pass them down to our children and grandchildren. Families love Storyworth. That's why it has more than 25,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot, with millions of stories preserved since they were founded over 10 years ago. Give all the dads in your life a unique, heartfelt gift you'll all cherish for years. Storyworth. Right now, save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/allabout. That's storyworth.com/allabout to save $10 on your first purchase.
Yeah.
Um, like, Danielle was kind of like lost on this show, I feel like a little bit. Like she's like at the end, she didn't have that much going on. So I feel like she didn't look that great at this
She
reunion. Oh
looked
my god, we
horrible.
didn't talk about how they looked, but which we should because I love talking about how they looked. But yeah,
To
like
me,
who
Amanda is the most beautiful woman because her body is, like, absolute goals, and to me, like, she doesn't need any makeup, and she's natural, like, she looks
yeah,
completely fine, she doesn't have to try.
she really does look like Haley Bieber. Like she gives off that aesthetic and like that vibe and looks a little bit even more ethnic than Haley Bieber. So she really is like gorgeous to me.
And then even yeah, and then Ciara too. I don't know how these women have, like, the most incredible bodies either. It's very, like, my jealousy right now because 'cause I'm like, "Oh my
Well,
god."
I feel like Ciara, like, was born with that, and then
Same with
Paige has to
Amanda.
yeah, and then Paige has to, like, work out. I don't think Amanda's just really skinny, so it's not like something I'm like, "Oh my god."
But then she has, like, really, like, nice boobs and,
Yeah, she has nice
I don't
boobs.
know. I feel like she well, the whole thing with Danielle that I'm referring to, Chantel, is when so Danielle sent a tip to, like, blind
Oh,
website,
yes, yes.
and we find out, we see Lindsay went and told Paige, like, by the way, that was never me, that was Danielle. And they like asked Danielle about it and all that stuff. And my whole thing, and everyone's like, did Lindsay throw Danielle under the bus? Yes, I feel like she threw her under the bus. But to me, when that happened last reunion and Lindsay and Carl took the heat, no matter what, Danielle should have took Paige aside, whether it was like throughout the year, and been like, by the way, like that was me who actually sent in the tip, not just let them take heat
take the
for
heat.
it.
Yeah, and especially because it's, like, awkward. It's like you guys are all in the house together, like, how are you
Yeah.
allowing her to think that Lindsay did that and you did that?
Right,
I
it's
think
so
Lindsay should have told
crazy.
her, "Hey, I'm gonna say something, so maybe you should." Like, I think that's what Lindsay
Yes,
should have done,
yeah,
as a
mhm.
friend and just said, "Listen, I'm about to say something, and if you don't, I will. So have
Yeah,
fun."
or I would, like, hit up, Danielle before the filming, and I'd be like, "Listen, I love you, but, like, can you say something before we go into the house? They already, like, hate me. Can you
Yeah.
say something?" You know? And, I mean, that's what yeah, that's where Lindsay effed up tremendously.
But it
'Cause
is weird that, what's her name would ever do that, like, where Danielle would ever do that.
Danielle, oh
It's
my
like it's like
god.
you really showed that you were really jealous or something, and insecure
What was
about
the
their
tip again, do you
relationship,
know?
that he got kicked out of Kyle's wedding.
Yeah, okay, but that's, like, so scary, and I know I guess, like, you guys, so many of them do these things where they, like, will send a tip in and stuff, but it's so embarrassing when you get caught.
Yeah, and it's, like, about someone else's boyfriend. It's like, what? And, like, it's like
Yeah.
someone you don't really get along with that well too, so it's, like,
And then
weird.
you,
It's like
like, have a summer well, no, Danielle gets along with Kyle, but it's like you have a summer house with them, or you go back in the summer, you live with them, like, that's so awkward that you do
yeah,
that.
but she
Now
but
they're
she
gonna
talks
feel
about
like,
Paige's boyfriend I'm talking about, that she doesn't really get
"Oh, it
along
was
with Paige.
Paige's boy." Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she said that Paige, she said,
Oh,
what's his name?
Craig got kicked out of
Craig got kicked out,
Kyle's.
sorry, of
Oh,
Kyle's
wow.
wedding, Kyle and Amanda's
Okay.
wedding.
Okay, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so crazy, dude. Like, because now they're gonna be like, I guarantee next summer they're gonna be like, we don't feel comfortable like saying things around Danielle with the fact that she goes and she will send in a tip.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I tell you what I am disgusted about? This is like one of the few things that I'm really disgusted about when it comes to Carl. So Carl went back to Paige and told Paige that he overheard Lindsay have a conversation about a job Paige got that involved her friend. And I don't know, like I forgot the details because I didn't write notes with episode one, but I just thought it was so classless that he would go back and like stir up some shit and tell Paige something and be like, basically Paige, like, oh, because I guarantee Paige was like maybe defending Lindsay at that point, and he was like, Lindsay's not a good person. Do you realize that she talked shit about you and
Yeah.
you were trying to get this job and I overheard her? No matter what, it's like, this was your wife at one point. That's so messed up that you would have done that or your
Yeah,
fiance.
like yeah, it's like I'm sure you two both have a lot of things that, one can say about each other because like you guys were close at that point and you shouldn't like
Yeah.
you shouldn't go and do that. But like they really go after Paige. Like they really have an issue with Paige.
Yeah. I think, well, just like they said, Paige, your confessionals aren't as funny as you think they are. But I mean, she is kind of funny.
Yeah, and I think what the problem was is too is that like Paige left off with Hannah and they all couldn't stand Hannah after her, right? That's her name.
Yeah, but
And
Kyle said he'd want Hannah back.
yeah, I know, because like I think like he knows it's good for the show sometimes. But I think they saw such her success from it. Like I don't know. And then clearly like look at like it took Lindsay so long to literally become an influencer from the show.
Yeah, that's so true. Okay, so back to Sierra and Wes. So he apologized for hurting her and he's like, it's painful for me too. He did not seem to give a flying F. Like
No,
I did not
no.
feel a sense of it's painful for me. I feel a sense of you are loving the attention you're getting and you're happy.
Wait, can we talk about Kyle crying when
Oh
Sierra?
my God, that was
Oh my
scary,
god.
scare.
That is like you don't know, I kind of love it though, because it's like he's so like emotionally in tune with himself, but like he felt so bad that he was crying for her.
Yeah, that was, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I felt about that.
And then you see Amanda looking, she's like, "Is he crying right
I
now?" It was
know.
so funny. But no, of course, like even I think it was the first like sentence in episode 2, like Paige looks at Sierra and goes, "He does not care about you." Like she
She's
literally that's
so
what I love about Paige.
funny.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
"He does not care about you. He's literally doing it to make himself look good." Because he
Yeah.
didn't. It's like Kyle felt more affected. Even Jesse felt more affected. Like he did not give two Fs. He probably thought like
Right.
because he does this all the time with girls. He probably thought it was no big deal as a situationship. They hung out for a few months. He took them around his parents, they hooked up, and then you go on to the next girl. He's probably done it multiple times, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Sierra said that she would basically give him a second chance. And that made me sad because men like him don't deserve it, where they're, caught up in getting attention from other girls, having fun. And she's so beautiful. She seems like she'd be a great girlfriend. And here she is saying, like, I'd give him a second chance.
I know, good for her because good for you. I really need
Yeah,
to
right. Oh my God.
say
Good for you. That's the face.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
but I really am mad that she like I mean, I'm happy for her that she's like being true to herself and like really being vulnerable, but like that's not the moment I'd be
Yeah.
vulnerable like that. I'd be like, "No, I'm like good. Thank you." Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't even look at you again.
Paige is like, he cares about how the public will view him. She's basically telling her he doesn't give a shit about you, Ciara.
Mhm.
Again, Paige is going hard.
Mhm.
It's funny when Andy got to the segment of Kyle and Amanda, he's like, we watched them from the beginning with late night booty calls. And then, Chanel, when we were at BravoCon and we talked to Amanda, we told Amanda how we're rewatching Summer House. And she was like mortified. She's like, I hate to think about the seasons that I was in from the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. Because like,
Yeah.
you're young and you just don't and she was really young at the time. I think she's like
Yeah.
22, 23. Like, I'm sure you don't like if we had cameras on us at 22, 23, it's like mortifying.
Yeah. And especially like the booty call stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Cringe. Where he like makes it clear like she was a booty call. But I mean, she ended up being his wife. So it is what it is. Um, We find out in the last year that Amanda was really depressed, and it's like, if you saw social media, you would have never thought she was depressed, but that's why you can't ever view social media because you really never know what someone is going through, and she said, depression is something that is very familiar in her family, which, Chantal, it made me think of our family because I feel like everyone from, like, our grandma, our cousins, they either have some sort of, depression or anxiety, and it's hard, and then I've gone through it severely after having a baby. You, like, went through it during your wedding stuff, and I even remember when my brother went through it and you would never think. So it's like you just never ever know what
Yeah,
someone's
it's
going through.
100%. It's really sad, especially if you've been there. But it's weird though because like you mentioned her social media. I actually follow her, and she's like not on social media as much. Like she's literally
Oh,
the
I
most
don't
interested.
follow her.
Oh, yeah, like, she does not on social media, she barely ever posts, like, she'll post, like,
Oh,
once. Yeah, she posts,
wow.
like, once, like, on stories, like, once every few weeks, like, she really is not on it, she doesn't do
Oh
brand
my
deals.
gosh.
Yeah, she's not on social media like that, like, she sometimes will post when Summer House comes on to, like, have.
Show outfits or
Yeah,
whatever.
yep, she really
Wow,
doesn't, she's
and,
not
like,
on
the
it.
great thing is, like or the thing is, like, with Amanda is she does have so much potential, and at that point, you could be making so much money off brand deals,
Yep,
and the fact that she doesn't take advantage of it, though, would kind of annoy me if I was Kyle. I'd be like, "Dude," but obviously, he's, like, more, like, focused on Loverboy, but, I mean, there's so much missed out opportunity because she's such a likable person that the amount of brand opportunities she could get, but she probably is okay, I know that people when you
she
say,
probably
like,
gets anxiety from it, like,
that
thinking
yeah,
of
I was gonna
yeah,
say that. I know a lot of people say, like, when you look at influencers, they do make a lot of money, and then you're like, "Oh, boo-hoo, you make a lot of money for being an influencer." But when I still have my mom account, but I haven't used it in a while, and when I would get brand deals and, like, little old me, like, they would be, like, 2 grand for a brand deal, and again, it's like little old me, I'm not consistent, I don't post every day, nothing of that sort. It's a lot of work, and, I mean, she doesn't have kids or anything, but, like, just, like, making the video, making the content, like, doing with me with the kids, like, it was just so hard that and it was just, like, overwhelming for me that I, like, stepped away, but that's, like, little old me, $2,000 and with my, like, mom account, and imagine them and how much they make.
yeah, and especially, like, if you really don't love it, it's always
Yeah,
gonna be hard for you, so it's like, she
yeah.
probably, like good for her for, like, realizing, like, "No, I don't like this."
I will say though, again, with me, I have way more distractions like kids in my face that it's so hard to do. And then
Yeah.
I like working and doing a million different things. But still, like the fact that that's like, she could be making so much money.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like, I don't ever recall one time, like, seeing her
Yeah.
do a brand deal.
No, but you're right because like I'm talking about social media, but I went back and I looked because someone said that because there's like rumors about Amanda and Kyle like divorcing, which they've denied it. But I went back to look at her page and I remember looking and I was like, wow, she barely posts. This is shocking. So you're so right. I didn't even yeah.
Like, it's funny, like, the last thing she posted was, like, that brand deal about them, like, having goldfishes, like, all of them did this, like, goldfish ad, but it's all
Oh,
Summer House, like, it's not just her. So, like, she just never posts. She never posts,
yeah.
like, brand deals ever.
Yeah. Now the Jesse stuff with the 5-year checkup, it just made me think of my husband because right before my husband's like 5-year checkup, he was convinced like it came back. So it broke my heart watching Jesse go through that. But I love that he opened up about that. I feel like a lot of people don't, especially like when they're younger, you don't think that that could happen to you and the effect. So I really like Jesse a lot.
I did too. He was a slow burner. I think for like for
Yeah.
everyone, for the viewers, for him, like he was a great addition. I mean, Wes was too, but like I never like I feel like we've seen so many of Wes's. Like Wes is just really just like one of those like I don't know, I think he's like a basic guy that came on the show, but I do think just both of them and their masculine
I don't
energies.
get West appeal though, I really don't.
Yeah, I same. I think he was
Yeah.
like he's like hearted, he's fun, but I just think both of their energies coming into the house is what the house needed.
Yeah. When it got to Lindsay and Carl, they talk about dismissiveness. And I think, I think this is where I wrote that. I think it's healthy to talk about how you feel, but I also think it could be exhausting and draining when you're constantly talking about how someone made you feel. So I know I had said that. I totally forgot, Chantal, that Lindsay said cocaine Carl.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was
That's
bad.
so bad, and it's like and it's like, Andy was going hard on,
Oh my
like, in a
gosh, he
good way,
was.
though, on Lindsay because he really wanted to, like, understand, like, w where did you get blindsided? Like, if I'm watching
Yeah.
this show, like, where are you blindsided? And
Yeah.
they really did. I'm jumping way too far ahead, but they really
Yeah.
made
I was like,
such
what?
I know, but, like, I'll just make this point real quick. They really made such a good point about saying, like, "We really felt like you were gonna be the one to break up,
I
not
know.
Carl." And
I
she really
know.
should have been, but yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, continue with them.
Well, yeah. So Lindsay questioning his sobriety to me was not because she actually thought he was on something. I just feel like it's a dig and they're very toxic with each other. And I agree with Amanda that she was weaponizing his sobriety. And the second someone does that in a relationship, it's done.
Yeah, and she gave an excuse, like, she tried to give an excuse that, like, he always would question me, he always would question me, but it's like, okay, you drinking is so different than him on
Yeah.
drugs, like, that like, like he said, almost died from it.
Right.
His brother did something with that, and it's like, you can't go and
His
question
brother
someone.
died. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, you can't like, you drinking, like, a cocktail and him questioning you, then break up with him, don't if you don't like it, then
Yeah.
bye.
Side note, why do these people get veneers? Like Carl's veneers were so distracting, and I don't feel like his teeth ever looked off before. And now I
So
feel like he looks off.
distracting.
It's
It
so
makes you look
ugly.
older, you guys. I don't know why
Yeah.
people think it makes you look younger. It makes you look older.
Because it like our grandparents, like my grandma has like my grandma's teeth looks exactly like Carl's teeth right now. It's so ugly. Um, Lindsay going in about Carl's job, I do think Carl getting like the problem with Carl was like that he hired a job consultant and that was weird. But then we find out they literally have the same job from the show and brand campaign. So it's like I don't know. I mean, I
She
do think
was
Carl's like lazy because why would you spend thousands on a job consultant? That's like you're being too much now. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think for Lindsay, she probably just wanted to be like have Carl have something other than like the show for for their future and like have that like security. Like she wanted him to basically like, probably started like his own brand or something. I
Yeah.
don't know what she wanted. Like what
Yeah.
you want him to go make an extra 100,000? Like he probably could make that in 2 months just focusing on brand deals,
Exactly. You really can. Yeah.
and you can get a job after.
Yeah. So Lindsay accused Carl's minister stepdad of basically having a convo prior with Carl of what he was going to say when the cameras were rolling. And listen, I do think majority of the times people on the show will do that, but I don't think the parents would ever premeditate a conversation.
I think Lindsay just kept throwing out every single way
Yeah.
like that she could to make it seem like, everything was manipulation, because she just wanted to paint that picture the whole time. She just wanted to make sure that everyone like felt that way too. And it's like we're not watching the same show, Lindsay.
No one was on her side. No one on that couch
Yeah,
except Gabby.
and I think especially, what she screwed herself in was that I think the way she reacted about the breakup and then the press, that's where everyone was like, okay, no, you're going too far and you're making it seem like, it's the craziest thing that you guys just
Yeah.
broke up. She like wanted to be on the couch, like you said before. You said this in one of her like things. She wanted to be Ariana. She wanted to be the one that people felt
Yeah.
so bad for her, but no one felt bad for you because you there was no blindsidedness. You knew everything that was happening.
And they all know that Lindsay is someone who like goes to the press and she's in PR, like she knows how to make people feel bad for her and all that stuff. So no one buys it. But I will say that Kyle was being annoying as fuck, how he kept involving himself in the conversation. I would get so annoyed about that. I feel like Kyle still resents Lindsay for outing when he cheated on Amanda.
Oh.
So yeah, so these are like the opportunities where he'll take like full advantage of going in on her.
I think that whole side had like more Carl's back, like Amanda, Kyle.
Well,
So they just
Kyle was too much.
yeah, he wouldn't like
Amanda
let her
does it in
speak.
a great way.
Yes, I
She's
agree.
very neutral, but, like, she'll also, like, call it out.
Yes.
So, I don't know, I'm so excited for this summer when they start filming. I keep forgetting that it's summer already, that they're filming now, so
I
I
think they usually start around like July now for some
yeah, yeah,
reason.
yeah, yeah, right
Yeah.
before July f I'm sure it's very expensive to get the house. I wonder if Bravo covers the house now.
Oh, for sure. There's no way they don't.
Yeah, I
I
got
would never
into
go into that house. I would never be like, "I'm not paying for any of this house if, like, you guys are filming
yeah.
in it." But in
I
the beginning, they definitely all paid for that
No,
house,
yeah,
like, the people
exactly.
did.
I got into, like, Martha's Vineyard, which is, like, Summer House, the other one, but they're
Yeah.
so boring, and the ratings suck this season, and the 1st season was good, but they're so boring, and it's all about, like, I don't
Hooking
know.
up. This one hooked
No,
up with
it's
this
not
one.
no, it's not about
Oh.
that. Martha no, it's more about, like, boundaries, like, everything's it's just, like, it's not fun. It's very boring,
'Cause I
so
watched the reunion for one of them, and I just the whole time someone was like, you, like, thought like, the one was friends and they hooked up, and then they were mad at each other." I was like, "Okay, like."
Yeah, there was just one that did that, but it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
even on during the show, and they really there was no, like, hooking up amongst the cast or anything like
Oh,
that,
okay.
yeah, and, like, some just thought they were better than others, it was not, no. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all we have for today. We really wanted to cover Summer House and get an episode in. Now that Summer House is over, we're gonna, do. I know we haven't done as many episodes just because life has been so crazy, but Orange County is gonna come back and we'll do Hot Topics episodes. We're gonna go back to like, really figuring out a schedule. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry that we
Dubai.
haven't
We
done.
said we're gonna keep doing Dubai.
Oh
We're gonna try
yeah,
doing Dubai.
yeah. Well,
When does it come on?
I'm
We just
not
need to put it
Sunday.
on there. It comes on Sunday as well?
Yeah, because they wanted to.
Ay, por favor.
I know, because I think the reason that they do it on Sunday is because New Jersey's on, and they put it right after New Jersey, hoping that since people are already watching New Jersey, that they'll watch Dubai, because Dubai's ratings are like 300,000.
I know, but then why don't you guys both put those shows on, like, a better day, and then you'll get better
I
ratings?
know, I swear I'm telling you, Sunday, it's like it's way too. And then look, this Sunday is Father's Day. So it's like, are you guys kidding right now? Are you guys kidding?
Father's Day, Mother's Day, every show day was just
Yeah, in the
been
summer,
horrible.
there Memorial Day, there's too much Memorial Weekend, there's too much going on Sundays in the summer. So it's like, do not moving forward put any episodes on Sundays during the summer because this is like when there are celebrations. I feel like, it's like the weekend stuff for summers and then like look Mother's Day, Father's Day. People actually
Yeah.
celebrate these things, bravo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, we hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you're not on our Patreon, it's so much fun there. So join us there. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at All About TRH Podcast. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Seeking the truth never gets old. Introducing June's Journey, the free-to-play mobile game that will immerse you in a thrilling murder mystery. Join June Parker as she uncovers hidden objects and clues to solve her sister's death in a beautifully illustrated world set in the Roaring '20s. With new chapters added every week, the excitement never ends. Download June's Journey now on your Android or iOS device or play on PC through Facebook Games.